One of Canada's most iconic bands is reuniting. Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson of Rush say they're heading out on a North American tour next year. It'll be their first one since R40 back in 2015, and the first since drummer Neil Peart died of brain cancer back in 2020. They say the 50-something tour will be a celebration of both 5 decades of Rush music and the life of Peart. It all kicks off June 7th in Los Angeles, the same venue the band played their last show. And of course, joining us now to talk more about this anticipated reunion, we've got music commentator and publicist Eric Alper. Eric, I bet you're pretty excited about this announcement today, hey?
Is there another greatest city in the world right now to be in other than Toronto with the Blue Jays? And now one of this country's greatest bands ever, the one that we thought we would never see on stage ever again. Rush has just announced that they are reuniting with one of the great unsung drummers that everybody is going to know about in the next couple of days. Her name is Annika Niles. She has the power of Prince. She's got the innovation. She's got the groove. Go check her out online. What a great choice. And this just goes to show you, like baseball, there's no better way to spend your time than playing on stage. You know, being in a band, especially with Rush, it's probably better than any other drug, probably better than any other relationship that they've been in. They just can't go away. And, you know, these shows are just ones that I don't think anybody would have ever bet on.
Yeah, they're playing 7 cities so far. Of course, lots of room for more to be added. Toronto is the Canadian location on the calendar so far. Plus, you know, several in the States. They got Mexico City, the band's first time really performing for others at this grand scale since 2015. What do you think's in store? Certainly for fans, they can just stand there and play, and the fans will be happy. But what kind of a show do you think they'll be trying to put on for their own legacy, for Neil Peart's legacy?
Oh, they could have just stood there and people would have just gawked at them for like 2.5 hours and it would have sold out. But I think that, you know, the band has already said that they're doing a musical tribute, not only to the 50 years worth of material that they have. There's going to be 2 sets combining about 35, 36 songs. And of course, several tribute to their drummer, Neil Peart. So look, these guys do stuff in real good taste. There's no sense of that they're doing it for the money. There's no sense of ego involved in it. They really, truly like to play. And especially with Alex and Geddy, they like to play instruments with one another. So, you know, they've got the full support of Olivia Peart, which is Neil's daughter, and also Carrie, Neil's widow. So it's all done for the right reasons. And, you know, people in Toronto may want to kind of check out flights for Mexico because these shows are going to go very, very fast.
And sometimes it's cheaper to fly down to Mexico, get a hotel. And Mexico City is a great city. I've been. I mean, you want to be down there for this kind of show of this magnitude. When you talk about the support from Neil's family, his wife or his widow and his daughter putting out a message saying they are fully behind this, this push to honor their husband and father, to honor the band and the 50 years of music that they've, been playing together. Talk about the drummer. How big are the shoes to fill of Neil Peart? Because you talk about how awesome she is, but certainly stepping in and playing with a band like Rush, it's got to be pretty significant to one's career.
Yeah, and you know what? There's 3 people on the planet that know the significance of that, and it's Geddy, and it's Alex, and it's Annika. I'm sure that they've had a lot of conversations even before Annika came on board about what they would actually do. This isn't just a drummer. This is the person that wrote the lyrics in a band of 3, and all of them are at the top of their instrument in terms of quality and quantity and critical acclaim. So this isn't just like a classic rock band getting rid of their bassist and then moving on and nobody cares. This is pretty big shoes to fill, but I have absolutely no doubt that Geddy and Alex talked about this for a long, long time. It's not just the money that they're probably going to get in this short amount of time. It's the fact that it's their legacy, it's their friendship, it's leaving a mark on this world that they can absolutely be proud of. And it was super important to get that level of honor of from Neil's family, because, you know, you don't want to slight them. You don't want to slight Neil and that memory. And you also don't want to slight the fans who hold true to that band since they were teenagers.
For sure. Rush bands are pretty hardcore. Now they'll get to see this band play on stage once again for the first time since 2015. Eric Alper, thanks so much for your analysis, your commentary, and your excitement, as always.
Woohoo! Thanks for having me. We'll talk soon.
You bet.